भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 8. Lord Narasimhadev slays the king of the demon. Text 11. Text 11. Hiranyakashipu replied, "You rascal, you are trying to minimize my value, as if you were better than me at controlling the senses. This is over-intelligent. I can therefore understand that you desire to die at my hands for this kind of nonsensical talk and indulge in my in by those about to die." Text 12. O most unfortunate Prahalad, you have always described a supreme being other than me, a supreme being who is above everything, who is the controller of everyone, and who is all prevailing. But where is he? If he is everywhere, then why is he not present before me in this pillar? Text 13. Because you are speaking so much nonsense, I shall now serve your head from your body. Now let me see your most worshipable God come to protect you. I want to see it. Text 14. Being abased with anger, Hiranyakashipu, who was very great in the bodily strength, thus chastised his exalted devotee, son Prahalad, with harsh words. Cursing him again and again, Hiranyakashipu took up his sword, got up from his royal throne, and with great anger struck his first against the column. Text 15. Then from within the pillar came a fearful sound, which appeared to crack the covering of the universe. O my dear Yudhishthira, this sound reached even the abodes of the demigod like Lord Brahma. And when the demigods heard it, they thought, "Oh, now our planets are being destroyed." Text 16. While showing his extraordinary force, Hiranyakashipu, who desired to kill his own son, heard that wonderful tremulous sound, which had never before been heard. Upon hearing the sound, the other leaders of the demons were afraid. None of them could find the origin of that sound in the assembly. Text 17. To prove that the statement of his servant Prahalad Maharaj was substantial, in other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. Text 18. While Hiranyakashipu looked all around to find the source of the sound, that wonderful form of Lord, which could not be ascertained to be neither a man or a lion, emerged from the pillar. In amazement, Hiranyakashipu wondered, "What is this creature? This is a half man and a half lion." Text 19 to 22. Hiranyakashipu studied the form of a lord, trying to decide who the form of Narasimhadev standing before him was. The lord form was extremely fearsome because of his angry eyes, which resembles the molten gold, his shining mane, which expanded dimensions of his fearful face, his deadly teeth, and his razor sharp tongue which moved about like a dueling sword. His ears were erect and motionless, and his nostrils and the gap mouth appeared like caves of a mountain. His jaws parted fearful, and his entire body touched the sky. His neck was very short and thick, his chest broad, his waist thin, and the hair on his body as white as a rays of a moon. His arms, which resembles flanks of soldiers, spread in all directions, and he killed the demons, rogues, and atheists with his conch shell, disc, club, lotus, and other natural weapons. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much, Radharamati. Hare Krishna. So let me offer brief prayers and then we can get started. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chekshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavanda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So 1 minute. Yeah. So we can stop sharing, Mati. So thank you. So thank you, Radhanamati, for reading the translations today, and thank you for every day playing the japa also for us, especially while I'm coming to office every day. So I really like this section of Srimad Bhagavatam, where we're seeing about Lord Narasimhadev. Two things. One is the devotee's vision, where he sees Krishna everywhere. That's number one. Number two, where Supreme Lord offers protection to his devotee. These are two aspects. These are two main themes for this session today. Of course, we can discuss a lot about this, but there are a few other nice themes also in this section. We'll discuss that. So based on how much our time we have today. So let's go through. Overall context we know is Prahlad Maharaj, the son of Hiranyakashipu, and Hiranyakashipu tried different ways by teaching through the gurus, that sons of Sukracharya, um, how to not practice bhakti to Prahlad Maharaj, but instead uh, be in the demonic mindset like that. He tried in different ways through the teachers. That didn't help. And he tried through different ways of punishing him or killing him through his servants. He asked them to kill him in different ways. That didn't work. So in fact, when he went to second time to school, he started making other demoniac children, not demonic children, children of the demons, also become devotees now. They also started appreciating bhakti. They also started practicing bhakti like that. So then, the moment that happened, the teachers were shocked. Oh my God, what is happening? So let us go back, and they went back to Hiranyakashipu, and they told him that how Prahlad not only is not living his devotion, but is making everybody else also devotees like that. So that made even Hiranyakashipu even more afraid and scared. So he had another dialogue with Prahlad, and he started to ask in this section now how he says, you were talking to me like this. Remember in yesterday's section we heard about how Prahlad Maharaj preached to his father only, Hiranyakashipu, that how you should give this consciousness of an enemy and friend. You should like that. He started about how Supreme Lord is the greatest. He's everywhere. He's protector of everyone. You should surrender to him. Like that, he was trying to teach his father Hiranyakashipu. So obviously, that made Hiranyakashipu so angry. The primary two main points for Hiranyakashipu to become angry were, one was that he's saying that not only my power, but my dear father, your power also is coming from Krishna only. Not only that, the Brahmadev who gave you benedictions, his powers are also coming from Krishna only. So Hiranyakashipu could not tolerate that I am so powerful and he's saying my power is coming from Supreme Lord. What is this like that? He became angry, Hiranyakashipu. So in that anger, he started to speak harshly to Prahlad Maharaj and is about to attack Prahlad Maharaj coming up now. So in this verse, 11th verse, So that he's saying that you're trying to minimize my value, and then you're going to die at my hands like that. So essentially, one key thing to understand is that demoniac people, when they somebody is trying to minimize their value, when somebody is trying to act in such a way that minimizes their position, minimizes their qualities, or minimizes their positions, whatever they have, then they cannot tolerate it. That's what we're seeing here. So whereas devotees, we need to learn to see that my value, my positions, everything is because of Krishna's mercy, like that. So that is what triggered Hiranyakashipu so much now. That is one aspect we can see. And in the purport, Sri Prabhupada is pointing out another aspect, that to a foolish person, even if you give good instructions, doesn't become good. He doesn't take advantage of those instructions. Instead, he becomes more and more angry. So this is something we need to remember as when we are preaching as practicing devotees also. Sometimes we might not be able to assess somebody is envious or somebody is receptive or not. So when you give some instructions to them, some knowledge about Krishna consciousness to them, then we observe how they are taking it. Are they accepting it? Are they receiving it? Or are they becoming more envious? Or are they becoming more and more angry the more we share with them? So we need to have that intelligence. We need to act with such intelligence by observing others. And then through that, we actually, through that, once again, through that, we actually assess and stop how much we share with them, basically, like that. So that's another important lesson we can learn from this section, as Prabhupada is describing here in this purport. So, and Prabhupada is saying two more things in the purport, which are I like them. One is this verse is described as Sri Hiranyakashipu Vacha. Sri Hiranyakashipu Vacha. Sri word is used. Why is Sri word is used? Prabhupada is elaborating in the purport. Because Hiranyakashipu was fortunate, even though he's a demoniac mentality, he was fortunate because he's a great devotee son like Prahlad Maharaj, like that. That is why he's achieving salvation, going back to home to Godhead, like that. That's why he's referred as Sri is described by Prabhupada here in purport. Another important principle is somebody may think, so Prahlad Maharaj, because the previous explanation I shared from Prabhupada here, somebody may think, so Prahlad did not assess Hiranyakashipu properly, that he preached to him, so became angry, his father became angry. So Prabhupada is nicely explaining that aspect also. Prabhupada is saying that actually Prahlad Maharaj's preaching was indirectly effective. How is it indirectly effective? Because through his preaching, it's getting his father closer to Supreme Lord. Because father is getting angry, and then that makes Supreme Lord appear, and that makes Supreme Lord deliver Hiranyakashipu soon, like that. In that sense, his preaching was effective. So, in one sense, pure devotees are empowered and also guided by Supreme Lord in their actions. So, even if they're not consciously thinking, how should I do it? But Supreme Lord gives them the necessary intelligence to act in such a way that will benefit others to come closer to Krishna. So, that is another lesson we can see from here in this particular verse, 11th verse. Going to the 12th verse, Hiranyakashipu is still angry on Prahlad Maharaj. And he say, you told uh, you told about a supreme being that is greater than me, and supreme being who is above everybody, supreme being who is controller of everyone, and supreme being who is all pervading, who is everywhere. Then where is he? If he's everywhere, is he not present in this pillar also? Like that, Hiranyakashipu is challenging uh, the devotee's vision, Prahlad Maharaj's vision of Supreme Lord being everywhere, like that. So, so this is important, important principle also. Actually, this is one of the core theme I wanted to focus today. How devotee sees Krishna everywhere, but a demonic personality cannot see Krishna everywhere. So same situation. So that is the aspect we are seeing here. Prabhupada emphasizes the purport by quoting a Bhagavata verse that talks about Naham Prakasa Sarvasa Yogamaya Samavritaha. That means I'm never manifest to the foolish and intelligent because I'm covered by Yogamaya for them. That means it's not that Krishna is getting covered by Yogamaya, but the foolish people, unintelligent people, their vision is covered by Krishna with Yogamaya for their vision. Not that Krishna is covered, so Krishna cannot come out, not like that. So that means for only those who are faithful, only only those who have received some mercy from devotees, Krishna can be understood, Krishna can be appreciated. Whereas those who try to deny Krishna, those who try to be envious of Krishna, Krishna doesn't manifest to them in whatever form, whatever way, also like that. Not only personally it doesn't manifest, but even they cannot think that, oh, this is Krishna's mercy also. So that's the important aspect to know. And then, as practicing devotees, Prabhupada writes, how could Prahlad Maharaj see Krishna everywhere? Because pure devotees have the genuine love for Krishna. That is why they can see Krishna everywhere. So Prabhupada is quoting Brahma Samhita verse here that talks about Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadeva Hrudayeshu Vilokayanti. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. So the eyes are coated with devotion and love. So that when the eyes are coated with Krishna Prema, then devotee can see Krishna everywhere. So that's what Prabhupada is describing. So that is the secret of seeing Krishna everywhere. So for Mahabhagavata devotee, because they are already situated in the highest platform of Krishna Prema, that is why they can see Krishna everywhere. That is why they can see connection of Krishna with everything that they're seeing, everything they're experiencing like that. So that is the point Prabhupada is explaining here now. So now, as practicing devotees, uh, how can we practice this seeing Krishna everywhere? That I wanted to emphasize. But before that, I want to cover one more theme Prabhupada talks about in this purport, that Hiranyakasipu addressed Prahlad Maharaj as most unfortunate. Actually, Prahlad is most fortunate, but Hiranyakasipu thinks Prahlad Maharaj is unfortunate. Why is that so? Again, it's a difference in the vision of a demon and devotee. From Hiranyakasipu perspective, material power, material wealth, material position, that is what is bringing fortune. Whereas Prahlad Maharaj's perspective, devotee perspective, getting closer to Krishna, receiving protection of Krishna, that is what is bringing a fortunate position in life. So Hiranyakasipu is thinking, because he's coming against me, now I'm going to take care of him. Now he's missing all the great wealth I have. If he's nice to me as a son, then I will give all my wealth to him, which is whole universe belongs to him now. I would have given to him. But because he's talking not so nice to me, because he's not treating me nicely, so I'm not giving any wealth to him. Instead, I'm going to kill him now. That means he's become unfortunate. That is the calculation of Hiranyakasipu. But for Prahlad Maharaj, material opulence is not the greatest fortune. Greatest fortune is protection of the Supreme Lord is there for him. Mercy of Supreme Lord is there for him. That is the greatest fortune. So that is the distinction Srila Prabhupada is making the purport. Now going to the theme I want to elaborate on, how do we see Krishna in our life as practicing devotees? So this subject can be touched in many angles. If you have some other thoughts also on this, feel free to share after the class, either here or later on also, because this is one of the themes I love it. How we as practicing devotees need to see Krishna's hand in our life, Krishna's reciprocation in our life, irrespective of different situations we're going through. Maybe we're getting the best promotion in life in office. Maybe we're getting the best food on that particular day. Maybe we're getting the best, we're on the best of our health, like that. Or the opposite may be true, wherein we're going through struggling times in office. We're going through struggling times in our family and relationships. We're going through struggling times with our health. We're going through struggling time with our services. Whatever that can be, irrespective of situation, how can we still continue having faith in Krishna? How can we still continue seeing Krishna's hand in our life, Krishna's mercy in our life, uh, Krishna's shelter in our life? That's the important aspect we as practicing devotees need to contemplate while we are hearing classes, while we're reading Shastra, while we're observing things happening in our lives, while we're observing things happening in other devotees' life also. So that's the important aspect. Some of the aspects I'll touch on it today. Basically, we need to learn to see whatever we have in terms of abilities and possessions as Krishna's mercy, number one. And then what is happening in our life, we need to see how is it helping in connecting with Krishna better. So that is the broad aspects I wanted to mention. In order to have this kind of vision, few things that will help us. The few things that will help us are not just focused on what is exactly happening right now. That means only focused on present. Instead of being only focused on present, our vision should be expanded to see the past and see the future also. By that seeing the future, I don't mean to say that we should become astrologers or we should become like Vyasdev who can see the future. Not like that. We should see that there is a significance of whatever is happening now that is connected to the past and that is connected to future also. Meaning something that is happening now might bring some good in the future, like that. Something that is happening right now is because of something I have done in the past also. So that's how we can expand the vision in terms of past and future also, not just see only stuck with the current position we are in. Number one. The second bigger aspect of having expanding the vision is not only see Krishna's mercy in terms of something that materially I see is beneficial. I get more money, I get good health, I become friendly to others, everybody treats me nicely. Just don't see in terms of only material good Krishna's mercy, but see Krishna's mercy in terms of spiritual welfare also. Not only material welfare, but spiritual welfare also. That is another vision we can expand in terms of seeing Krishna in our life. So when we keep these broad themes in life, then we can see Krishna's mercy, everything that is happening in our life like that. So in the past, I talked about an acronym called PROTECT that originally I heard from Nitai Sevani Mataji, and later I heard from His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. He actually gave a elaborate 1 hour class, 1.5 hour class. I didn't see that before. I came across Nitai Sevani Mataji's short snippet of video. But then Chaitanya Charan Prabhu also expands that in a 1 hour class basically. So some of these themes are from that. Oh, it's already 7:25. Okay. So I'll cover some high level principles. The high level principle I wanted to cover was that uh, basically we can see Krishna's production by seeing how Krishna is helping us in different ways for material and spiritually through his representatives. Representatives can be non devotees also and devotees also. Basically, through others is somehow helping us materially and spiritually. That is one way we can see Krishna's hand in our life. Number one. That means we not only, let us say somebody helps us by giving us a ride, then we not only are grateful for that person, but grateful for Krishna also. That Krishna, through this person, is helping me with a ride like that. And then similarly, Krishna, through this person, is helping me with my health. Krishna, through this person, is helping me by sharing his realizations. Krishna, through this person, is helping me to improve my sadhana. Krishna, through this person, is helping me in developing good qualities to become a nice devotee. Like that, we can recognize Krishna's mercy and protection through other people also. That is representatives. And then in the later verses, we also see later verses of today. There's a verse. Let me see the verse number. Verse number is 18th verse. There's a aspect of omnipotence of Supreme Lord Narsimhadev is mentioned because Narsimhadev appears in this section. So from the pillar, when Hiranyakashipu hits the pillar with anger, that time Narsimhadev appears. Then that is Prabhupada is emphasizing the omnipotence of Krishna. So that omnipotence of Krishna can be experienced when something magically happens in our life like that. So they don't think that, oh, it's a coincidence, oh, it's just a good luck, I'm just by good fortune. Somehow that guy did like that. Don't just think like that, but consider how Krishna's hand is there in in that situation, turning around mystically, magically, and without even beyond our imagination like that. When we see that, then also we're seeing Krishna's reciprocation in our life, Krishna's mercy in our life, Krishna's shelter in our life like that. So that is the other aspect I wanted to explain. And then the teachings of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam that we're reading and hearing are also helping, are also Krishna's mercy and protection for us. Because through those teachings, we can not only, we may not be able to we cannot be able to solve all the problems in our life, but we will develop inner strength that we have. So that way, we can deal with our uncontrolled mind. We can deal with inner impurities that we have, lust, anger, greed, all those impurities that we have also. So, so that's the way Krishna through his teachings is helping us like that, is protecting us like that. So every time we're able to handle some problem with our inner strength, uh, then we need to remember, I'm able to do that because I heard this teaching from devotees, because I heard this teaching that is given by Krishna. Krishna is so merciful. Like that, we can cultivate our gratitude towards Krishna. And then, whenever we are able to do something by our own ideas, our own intelligence, our own strength, then also we recognize that only because of Krishna gave me this strength, Krishna gave me these ideas, Krishna gave me this intelligence, I'm able to do this. Then also we can develop our strength towards Krishna more and more like that. Yeah. And then sometimes whatever we're struggling with in our life may not be going away quickly. So we understand that Krishna has a plan. I don't know what is Krishna's plan. Krishna will deal with it at appropriate time, in appropriate time also. So when we see that situation like that, still connect with Krishna, then we can develop inner strength and we can utilize during that time when we cannot do anything about the problem. Then we see how can I develop my foundation to grow closer to Krishna in this situation like that we can see. That way we can grow stronger through adverse circumstances also, even though they're not going better right away like that. So that's the other aspect I want to touch. So let me see. Yeah, 729 already. So then let me cover the storyline a little bit. So now that Hiranyakashipu became so angry and he says, is Krishna everywhere? Is Krishna in the pillar? Radhamara says, yes, Krishna is in the pillar. Why is he saying that? Because it's described, Praladmar was really seeing Narasimhadeva in a pillar, not just theoretical understanding that Krishna is in every atom, Krishna is in everyone's heart, Krishna is everywhere, spread everywhere, all pervading, not just theoretical understanding. He is able to see Krishna in the pillar right away, like that. So that's what is described. So then, with the confidence, he was saying that. Then Hiranyakashipu hits the pillar, and then Narasimhadev comes with a tumultuous sound, very big sound. That a sound is described. Even the demigods in heavenly planets in Brahmaloka were able to hear that sound like that. It was such a roaring sound, and all the demons could not handle it. They were so scared by hearing that sound. Hiranyakashipu also was scared. And then, but Hiranyakashipu was thinking, oh, I will deal with him. First, he overcame with wonder. What is this? I saw a lion, I saw a man. But who is this half man, half lion form? He was wondering, first of all. He could never imagine that could happen like that. So that Supreme Lord can do something unimaginable, something extraordinary is a manifestation of his omnipotence, Prabhupada writes in that purport of 18th verse like that. So like that, Narsimhadev comes out, and the last section of verses today are describing the beautiful form of Narsimhadev after he appeared like that. How he was very fearsome to Hiranyakashipu with angry eyes. Eyes resembled molten gold, and then his mane was shining, and he had a fearful face, and he has deadly teeth and razor sharp tongue that is moving like a sword is described, and his ears were erect and motionless. This is important because the lions, when they're pouncing on the prey to attack, then their ears are erect. It's described. It's described in the context of describing Mayapur Nasimdev also. He's Ugra Nasimdev, like that. So like that, and his jaws parted fearfully, and they appeared like caves of a mountain like that. It's very huge, like very big appearance he has, as if like body is touching the sky. Is described like that. He came with all the ornaments, Shankar, Chakra, Gada, Padma, and other weapons also he came. So, like that, Narasimhadev appeared here. So that is the section today. Essentially, I wanted to highlight how Supreme Lord appears in the life of a devotee to protect his devotees, either personally, like this in case of Prahlad Maharaj, or through his representatives, or through his omnipotence, is in the background. We don't see him, but he's doing things for us, or he's giving strength for us through his teachings, like Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavatam, or sometimes he empowers us to do different things to take care of our problematic situations that we need to be protected from. Sometimes he does a combination of these things, and sometimes he takes protects us in his on his own plan according to his own time like that. So, but Krishna's protection is assured always for our devotees, not only few devotees, for practicing devotees also, so that we can go closer and closer to him. Yeah, so we can sing Nasimdev prayer before we end today. That way, in the auspicious appearance of Nasimdev we read today, we can remember like that with the prayer. Namaste Narasimhaya Praladahladadayini Hiranyakasi Purvakshaha Silatanka Nakhalai Ito Nasimha Parato Nasimha Yato Yato Yami Tato Nasimha Bahid Nasimha Hrudaye Nasimha Narsimhamadim Sharanam Prapajye Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakasipu Tanubhringam Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jayo Nasimhadev Jayo Nasimhadev Narsimhadev Jayo Nasimhadev Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Nrsimhadev Bhagwan ki jai, Sri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, devotees. So we can meditate on this prayer also, and this how we can remember Krishna's protection always in our life. We'll end here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Panchakalpatarubhesho, Vasambhya Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namo. Thank you so much, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.